Coming up, The Rock reveals the backstage heat on him when he first started in WWE, Retribution going for a title on Raw, Kofi Kingston shoots on his booking, and more.
Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Please smash that subscribe button so you can get daily wrestling videos. But before any of that, we've got to cover something far more important. This guy's tattoo. We're all wrestling fans here, and as Halloween just showed, we like dressing up as our favourite wrestlers. Marks, who dresses up like Vince McMahon. But AJ Tattoo Man might have taken it too far, as in the photo originally shared to Reddit by Derek420, you can see he's included the 4 dates Styles also has under his giant initials. The giant initials are there so people can return AJ if he gets lost. Maybe Tattoo Man thought these numbers were the dates of AJ's most important title wins, which is why he had them permanently etched onto his skin. But he would be wrong, because those dates are the birthdays of AJ's 4 children. So now that guy has the dates of 4 kids' birthdays he doesn't know written on the side of his stomach. They're still better tattoos than Michael Cole's. What's the worst wrestling tattoos you've ever seen? Let me know in the comments. I'll make Adams do a list on them. To celebrate the 30th anniversary of The Undertaker's debut this month, WWE have premiered their latest Dead Man special on the network, Meeting The Undertaker. And in a testament to the guy's career, there are still interesting stories to cover, despite this being the 19th Taker documentary made this year alone. In one of the interviews, Rock the Dwayne Johnson spoke about his relationship with the dead man when he was first getting his big push back in 1998. This is stuff I've never shared, but I do want to share it because it's important. When I started to make the move and word got around that The Office was priming me for a WWE Championship run, there were a handful of guys in the business at the time who did everything they could to stop that run from happening. Undertaker was always so steady, telling me, "Don't worry about it, kid. Just go out and keep doing your thing. You have a hell of a future." So who were those handful of guys trying to stop The Rock? Interestingly, a story Bret Hart told on his Confessions of a Hitman podcast back in August might hold the answer. The Clique, led by Shawn Michaels and Triple H. A lot of the same guys who had a problem with Rock were the same guys that were all involved in the screw job with me. Triple H was the same. He was always out to get The Rock. Shawn was out to get him, and they just worked on him and worked on him and worked on him. He was still in the doghouse with those guys. They wanted him out as bad as they wanted me out. Before we get on with the rest of the episode, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to this video's sponsor, Beer 52. Beer 52 is a craft beer subscription service right here in the UK that sends you a new case of different country-themed brewskis every month, allowing you to have a worldwide booze cruise without having to leave your front room, because you literally can't. We're in a pandemic right now. And because Beer 52 is amazing, they're giving away a free case of 8 craft beers to UK viewers. All you have to do is go to beer52.com/WrestleTalk. Just cover the £5.95 postage and you'll get free beer, their Ferment magazine full of delicious looking recipes, and a snack. So this is the one Beer 52 sent me, and oh my god, they've sent a me-themed beer. Ollie Nort. Oh, okay, it's Estonian for beer enjoyer. But anyway, it is a porter. I'm gonna try this at 9:30 a.m. in the morning. How can I open this? I will use the power of the championship. Works every time, thank you, championship. So here's a little bit of a taste for you. What a baby face I am. Drinking beer for the fans. You can genuinely taste the cranberry. So it's a cranberry Baltic porter. That is delicious. I prefer porters because they're not as fizzy, you know. Steve Austin would hate me. Mwah, delicious. Should stop drinking now. But that's what lockdown's all about. Get 8 free craft beers yourself by signing up at beer52.com/WrestleTalk and just pay £5.95 postage to get all this now in the UK only. You can pause or cancel at any time. Please do at least check them out because they're a genuinely amazing service and they've been really supportive of WrestleTalk over the years. One more time, Beer 52. I really need someone else here to do that with me and to drink with me.
because I'm so alone.
Retribution debuted in WWE back in August and have been a force of chaos on Raw and SmackDown ever since, by them being drafted exclusively to Raw and having cool names like T-Bar and Slapjack, and then losing to the Hurt Business twice and being laid out by The Fiend and staging a fake non-seizure in the ring. Take that, establishment. And in the latest anti-WWE move, they've just released their first t-shirt on WWE's shop. T-Bar tweeted, "Fund the movement. This merch is way better than that big yellow N merch, since you all love to compare us to the Nexus so much," with a picture of the new t-shirts worn by all your favourite biker mice from Mars. And just like any faction intent on bringing down the man, not Becky Lynch, I mean, the WWE patriarchy, the shirts are made from 100% ring-spun cotton with shoulder-to-shoulder tapering. This could lend support to WWE's next, which is to say, first, creative plans for the group, with Mia Yim's Reckoning character going after Asuka's Raw Women's Championship. Despite the gang attacking Ricochet and Tucker in the undercard men's division on this week's Raw, Reckoning then cut a promo after the show promising, "We will decontaminate every aspect of this industry, including the women's division, which has been rained on by some dancing clown for far too long in Asuka." With Asuka currently having no program on Raw outside of her interbrand title match against whoever the SmackDown champion will be by Survivor Series, and the rest of Monday night's women's division being fed to Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, or occupied in the Fiend storyline, Reckoning could make for a month-long filler feud for TV. Speaking of bad booking, it's a year and a month today since Brock Lesnar squashed Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship on SmackDown's debut episode on Fox, bringing a cruel end to Kofi Mania and seemingly demoting Kingston back into the tag division for the rest of his days for having the gall to organically get over as a main eventer. But weirdly, WWE on Fox's Twitter account decided to do a flashback post on that loss randomly on Monday night, just tweeting a picture of Lesnar holding the WWE title over Kingston with the caption, "Too soon?" and tagging in Kofi himself, which Kingston replied to with some uncharacteristic power of negativity, tweeting, "Why y'all keep bringing up old," string of punctuation intending to mean swear words, with a gif of a frustrated Barack Obama. While the New Day was split up in the draft, with Kingston and Xavier Woods going to Raw and Big E staying on SmackDown, they can still see each other outside of WWE TV episodes. You're exposing the business. And Big E and Woods have discussed the original plans for the New Day with Byron Saxton on their Feel the Power podcast. The plan was a faction of Big E, Byron Saxton and Woods when we were in FCW. We got to do it in promo practice. We were excited about it, but it never saw the light of day on any shows. That was in 2014, which is what sparked the idea for the New Day. Honestly, if we had not done that when we were in FCW, who knows where my career would be or where Woods would be. Kofi would still be fine, I'm sure." Woods continued explaining what exactly the gimmick was. The plan was the people's liberation of American nationalism. It was a situation where we all tried to stay in one certain lane. I was the smallest guy in the group, so I was the extreme hothead because I would be the one yelling. E was the muscle, Saxton was the calm and collected one, so the Shield. Now let's check in with everything else happening in wrestling news where, shock, Jim Cornette enjoyed a modern wrestling match. Cornette, who is infamously salty towards most styles of modern wrestling, has tweeted, "Just saw Volta vs Ilya Dragunov from NXT UK. If you've been wondering, this is what pro wrestling could have evolved into had it not been commandeered by comedy writers and backyard cosplayers. A masterpiece of the true art of worked combat. Kudos to both." Over the pond in NXT USA, Alex McCarthy has revealed the original plans for Pat McAfee's new faction, which was supposed to include McAfee, Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch, and Ridge Holland. But following Holland's sudden injury, NXT substituted in Pete Dunne. Their feud with Undisputed Era is expected to culminate in a War Games match. NXT also has big plans for Raquel Gonzalez, who really impressed in a Halloween Havoc match against Rhea Ripley last Wednesday. WrestlingNews.co is reporting she's a favourite of management, and that WWE officials believe she will be a major player when she eventually moves up to the main roster. She's impressively tall at over 6 6 foot and, in her spare time, partakes in competitive Braun Strowman lifting competitions. Look at how happy Strowman is. He's just a big baby. What can AEW do to compete with NXT's world-leading women's division? By signing a new male tag team. Despite Thunder Rosa effectively ruling out a move to WWE, telling Busted Open Radio she only wants to work with promotions who let her continue with her MMA and wrestling side projects, and other former NWA Women's Champion Allison Kay announcing she's now officially a free agent, AEW have revealed they've just signed tag team The Acclaimed of Platinum Max Caster and five-tool player Anthony Bowens. PW Insider have added WWE were interested in signing Bowens themselves for NXT, making the current talent wars a draw, with WWE winning themselves a Ben Carter from under AEW's nose last week. Dave Meltzer has revealed the original plans for AEW's women's division, which was supposed to be built around Britt Baker and Kylie Ray. Baker was unfortunately out injured for several months this year, but Ray, who apparently had a lot of support from TNT and Cody Rhodes, requested her release last summer. She is now retired from wrestling altogether after no show in Impact Wrestling's Bound for Glory last month. PW Insider have revealed an additional AEW signing, with Tony Khan adding more staff to its medical team, including an independent urologist and former WWE wrestler turned concussion expert Chris Nowinski, being present for this Saturday's Full Gear pay-per-view, following several scary recent incidents in the promotion that saw matches continue despite Matt Hardy and Alex Reynolds being knocked out. And there's another big Full Gear announcement, because a huge stipulation has been added to my championship title defense against lukewarm Luke Owen. To stop Luke cheating, which he always does, El Fakador Laurie Blake will be the special guest referee, and he's gonna call it right down the middle. Smash that subscribe button and join us this Saturday for our Full Jam watch-along party. Watch our Full Gear predictions by clicking the video on the right now, and check out our explosive interview with FTR, who are critical of their Young Bucks Dream Match feud build, by clicking the video below that. I've been Mr. Davis, your Jam, that champion.